Jeremy from Toronto Design Week.
Yeah, Toronto Design Offsite Festival.
Toronto Design Offsite Festival. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about the festival then.
So we're Toronto's Design Week.
Yeah.
We're 115 exhibitions across the city of Toronto.
Okay, cool.
With 700 participating designers directly participating in the production.
Yeah.
And 130,000 people coming out to it every January. Yeah.
And this is, are you showcasing designers, craftsmen, makers, a whole bunch of different,
Yeah,
and
so
when
it's
does that
designers
happen?
in all different disciplines, and then it's also artists and other practitioners as well.
Okay, very cool. Yeah. And when does that happen?
It happens January 15th to the 21st.
Okay.
And it aligns with IDS Toronto.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah. So what brought you to IDS Vancouver this year?
I was actually a keynote speaker this morning.
Oh, okay, cool. And what was your talk?
So I was part of a panel that consisted of Dutch Design Week, Reykjavik Design March, and New York Design Week.
Okay.
And we were talking about initiatives that kind of unite our communities and benefit the design, scene.
Awesome. Can you just paraphrase a little bit or give me the cold notes of what you were talking about specifically?
So we talked about...
I know that's a loaded question.
Yeah. So we talked about, I did an overview of the festival, and then we talked about an initiative called Outside the Box, which is a traveling exhibition that features the work of over 70 designers and 11 different cities from across North America.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
Now, being from Toronto and being here at IDS, are there any big differences that you're seeing about what's happening in Toronto versus here in Vancouver when it comes to design?
It's very different. I think if you compared IDS West to IDS Toronto, there's a different aesthetic for sure. I haven't quite put my finger on it yet, but I definitely like the West Coast vibe.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Vancouver Design Week yet, but Toronto's Design Week is really kind of blurs the boundary between art and design.
Yeah.
And most of the projects are highly experimental, so they're not always objects that make sense, but they're definitely projects that are experiments for designers to kind of flex their creative muscles.
Right. And there's a lot of designers that I follow that are Toronto-based and have really big firms and do lots of hospitality and amazing residential work. And I would say the big difference that I've noticed is Vancouver really likes a really local feel. We like everything just to come from Vancouver, whereas Toronto has just a little bit more of a big city feel, and it is, I would say, a lot more experimental with design.
Yeah, definitely. And we're the most diverse place on the planet, so the festival really kind of showcases that diversity. There's a lot of intersectional identities, and the work kind of really reflects the globe in a way because Toronto's so diverse. Yeah,
very cool. Well, Jeremy, thank you so much for joining me on Great TV. This has been great.
It was nice to meet you.
Yeah.